All right, so we got a debate online whether who's better, Chris Olave or Jameson Williams. Somebody on social media, showed a clip of, the Lions being happy that the New Orleans Saints took Chris Olave over Jameson Williams, right? We keeping it being only to me, to the naked eye, the only reason Jameson Williams is better than Chris Olave right now is because of Chris Olave keep having concussions. That's it. Chris Olave keep having concussions to keep it a bean. Other than that, Olave is a better receiver. You know what? No matter how you cut it, you can be like, well, Olave, you could be like, you can be like, well, Olave don't have a quarterback or whatever, but he's a better receiver when healthy. But once again, it's funny. Jameson and them was on the same team, but it's also funny. Jameson came into this league injured and Olave didn't. And now Olave is the one who pretty much, possibly thinking about packing it up, but probably financially can't pack it up. Okay. So 4 seasons, the targets is crazy. 119, 138. Last year he only had 8 targets. This year, 8 games, he had 44 targets, and this year he already has 129 targets. 896, 6 touchdowns. He's never, he's already cracked the career high in touchdowns. And yeah, he had 1,100-yard season second year. 5 touchdowns, not a big touchdown threat, but Olave is probably a more polished receiver. Obviously, he had, in my opinion, he had more reps. Jameson had 1 year in college, and then obviously there's still more room to grow. But Olave, I don't know what's going on. He's more the receiver from my opinion, who can, who kind of do a little bit of everything. He'll go over the middle, He'll could take it to the house. He's a more complete receiver. And right now, Jameson is getting more promo than him and Garrett Wilson. And it might just be the struggles not having a quarterback. That might just be what it boiled down to. But for the most part, Jameson Williams is one of those guys. He's just explosive, and everybody for the most part, they just are enamored with explosive plays. They're enamored with speed. And this year he's dwarfing them. Even though he got more receptions, 936, already got 7 touchdowns. And that's pretty much happened for the most part. A lot of that just happened. Look at the beginning of the year, this dude, 5 targets, 4, 3, 8, 1, 7. Come on, he had 100-yard gain. That was versus the Bears. Everybody got a lick on the Bears. Look, it just really started to pick up versus Washington. Kind of felt. For him to have 900 yards already, you see those targets going up. Where's the Minnesota game? After that Minnesota game, other than the Giants, the targets went up. And for honestly, he ain't got the greatest quarterback in the world neither. I'll be keeping real, especially for his skill set. Brady would have a field day with him. First year was a real. Just Goff is just one of those guys. He's just one of those guys, in my opinion, man. He just take a long time to trust you, especially if you're not punctual. And it's just the argument going on here. Saints fans ain't got nothing to do. After the Seahawks beat the Rams, Lions fans really ain't got shit to do. Oh, this was an old post. So this was somebody reposted on Instagram. So this is an old post. On Instagram, I don't know. I can't find it. But for the most part, I think both teams are pretty happy outside of – this is the video that showed – outside of the injury to Olave. I think you can make a very strong case that, everybody happy. Everybody's happy with the results of, for the most part, of what they got in the draft. But for them, I mean, and I hear people was on Instagram. Well, JMO, JMO, he fits with Detroit. The Olave gonna fit anywhere. JMO gonna fit anywhere. He's still growing as a player. That's the crazy thing about it. This ain't no marathon. This is a marathon. This ain't no sprint. He's still growing as a player. And I don't really think people recognize that. He's still growing as a player. And that's the beauty of it. Olave, he's obviously he's young and all that, but J-Mo didn't have those reps that Olave had at Ohio State, or Alabama had done 1 year. So I don't think anybody mad at it. Would have gotten Garrett Wilson look a little bit different Detroit. Absolutely. Garrett Wilson is probably the best out the three. Maybe if Olave had a quarterback, if they all had quarterbacks, I think it would be a nice debate. When you talking about hands, and all that, it's talking about Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. I ain't gonna fake the funk. If I had to say overall receiver and all of them healthy, and obviously this is a hypothetical, Garrett Wilson 1, Olave 2, and Jameson Williams 3. And I love Jameson Williams, but I just got to keep it a beam. All healthy, Garrett Wilson and Olave as of right now. It really ain't no debate, if you being objective about it. But under these circumstances, and that's what happens when you play with quarterback. Well, you don't have those good quarterbacks that throw hospital balls. Well, Peyton Manning was the king of hospital balls. He was a great quarterback, but you know what? It's another conversation for another day. So, each his own. Each his own. But if we keeping it real, that's what we do here. We keep it real. Keep it real. So a lot of people may not like it. A lot of people may be, I'm not a homer. I keep telling y'all that. I'm very objective, and I'm not a homer. So keep it a bean. So, but under these circumstances, with something like concussions and all that stuff, then I got to keep it real. I would rather have Jameson Williams. And I tell y'all, numbers lie, man. A lot of these guys, man, they thought Randy, even though Randy still produced really good numbers in Oakland when he was with the Raiders, people were talking about Randy Moss was dead. You put him in the right situation, he was alive. You put J-Mo with a quarterback that can get that ball out there to him. J-Mo will be putting up probably he probably be the leading receiver in football, to keep it real with you. You put him in there with a guy like Stafford. You put him in there, they really don't seem like it's that many great quarterbacks no more. Even Mahomes kind of got problems. I guess he had a good rapport with Tyreek. Is more to say about Worthy and they had the Sky dude. So, but yeah, you put him with a guy like Mahomes or Stafford, he'd be killing it. A guy like who else you got out there? Herbert, get the ball to him. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, more videos like this. Peace.